Welcome back to Jesters of Ravenloft, where a group of comedians try to escape the horrors of the mists. After the terrifying demon encounter, the troupe paused to assess the situation. New Rogue had a crisis about not being great at healing. Shadow Nemesis found out that Shadow Master doesn't know anything about this realm. Tyler determined that Dell's ring couldn't be removed without high-level magic, and Dell got so upset and pulled at the ring so hard she ripped her finger right off. Meanwhile, Shadow Nemesis claimed a brooch from the Watchers and had it hammered into his helm, with the unfortunate result that anyone who looks at it is temporarily unable to comprehend numbers. Will they be able to use this strange new gift to their advantage? I doubt it.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's recording of Jesters of Ravenloft. We are so excited to have you here. We're so excited to have you rejoining this amazing adventure. We've also got a new feature available. You can add stickers to the stream. They show up on screen. They play there. They're fun. You can do that with bits. And I think they live on our YouTube recordings for eternity. So just know, whatever stickers you use will always exist for people who look this up on the VOD or forever.
Endeavor to just nail that perfect bit. Get the perfect sticker for the perfect moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And there's a giant beat over my face right now, so we may have already achieved perfection. I will tell you, the cast can't see it now, but we will when we go back and re-enjoy these replays. Otherwise, because I am a child, this game would stop for a full 30 seconds every time a sticker went up, and then we do 2 minutes of bits, and none of us would be done until 1 a.m. So
it's like
we're very excited
or something
to have that new functionality that's been built in. And we're going to dive back into Jesters. So I will turn off chat for a brief moment to try to recap everything that has happened up until this time. And I'm going to make a dangerous assumption. And let me know. But I'm going to assume season 1's happened. We have a party. They are comedians. They have all chosen their classes. Tyler, he's turned into a horned monster who can speak to a majestic god, and he is a blade singer, so he is a wizard who uses magical powers to beat things up with a giant sword. Dell has become a bard of the Spirit College. She has a small stylus that lets her carve. It's called the Reality Blade, that lets her carve into the air itself and bring her magic to life. So she is the rarest of rare, a visual bard who also communicates with ghosts through the haunted weapon that she wields. Guy Bradford is now known as New Rogue because Guy died and lost all his memories. He now has ghost limbs from the elbows to the end of his hands and from his knees to the bottom of his feet. They are spectral ghost limbs that drain life from anyone that they touch. And he has become a cleric, dedicating his new life as a new rogue, for he does not remember the life of Guy Bradford, to Ezra, the god of the mists, and trying to protect and support his friends. And last, and certainly not least, Adam McNamara has become a tremendous villain named Shadow Nemesis, who has betrayed everyone, is obsessed with gaining armies of followers and enacting his evil plans, most of which involve him collecting magical items just for himself, to the point where it will cost him everything he has gained so far. He's had it all, he's lost it all, and he's doing it again. He is a barbarian, who can turn into get bigger now. He's got giant powers, and he is also possessed by a symbiote that drives him to either eat brains or just waste people's time. Because he went evil, he's never done very much of the wasting time. He tends to, I would say, do that for sport with the rest of the party.
I would say, as a point of order, I feel like we do get some time wasting in there, but it's not for nourishment.
Yeah, it gets no value. It happens.
Little niggles, yeah.
It's intended, if everyone would just agree with him, no time would be wasted.
So whose fault is this, right?
Here we go.
These 4 heroes landed in their first, what they learned are a series of domains inside Ravenloft, the Mist Realm. They defeated evil villains, spooky monsters, gained their powers, and Adam was created and made into the Dark Lord of that realm, only to discover that becoming the Dark Lord means that realm becomes almost a personal hell, trapping the Dark Lord in a never-ending circumstance that plays to their weaknesses and their insecurities. But to escape Ravenloft, these 4 heroes have to travel to other realms. And I say heroes, but they're they're really just sketch comedians who are having the worst time of any of their lives, except for Adam, who seems to have adapted disturbingly well. They have moved on to their second realm. We're traveling through. They ended up, some of their companions managed to make it with them. There is a bone horse, a skeletal steed named Rumple Foreskin by Chad, way back in the beginning, that is traveling with them as a mistwalker and friend of the party, who's currently pulling their chariot. And Adam, in his turn as the Black Knight, started adopting squires who claimed him as their leader. They all turned on him in the previous realm, but one squire had died in glorious combat by being ordered to keep swimming through burning blood by Adam. And that squire was reborn in this realm. Only all of our heroes and the squire were attacked by dolls with haunted needles, who, when they stabbed our heroes, switched them into the doll bodies. Over the course of battling their way back to their true selves, our heroes did all recover their own individual bodies, which is excellent. However, Adam killed the squire's body and then blamed it on the god Ezra. So the squire is currently still a doll and is pissed off about it. Trying to escape this whole doll-related scenario, which involved a forest fire after Guy escaped from an owl. See, this is why I can't. When you get into the weeds of the details, it's a lot. But they tried to escape and ended up facing off with a demon who declared themselves the ruler of this realm, threatened our heroes, named New Rogue, the Chosen One, because he was the first person seen and claimed humility, that he could not be a hero. He was just a humble cleric, which, as we all know, is how every legend begins. And the demon blasted everyone with fire and summoned evil versions of them that it spread throughout this domain to poison the people against them and guarantee that they could not carry out their heroic aims. After that, they received a number of magical items from the mist and had to start dealing with a curse. Dell was wearing a ring of contrariness, the group determined, which was a ring that would mean she could not agree with a plan suggested by anyone else on the team at any time. So it became a challenge to maintain Dell's ability to control her own actions, and opposite day, as it was called by several people over the course of this event. In the end, Dell, through a spooky success, ripped her entire ring finger off of her body, freeing herself of the curse, but it was healed over at the stump, so her left ring finger is gone. The ring was claimed by Shadow Nemesis for undoubtedly totally heroic purposes, even though he's straight up a villain now. And the other major element was the group received a brooch, which Shadow Nemesis wanted hammered into his helm, and it was put there in a way that seems to make it completely unremovable, and it took a long time to narrow it down, but the group has discovered that now whenever anyone is looking at Shadow Nemesis and can see the brooch, they do not understand the concept or of numbers or how numbers work until they no longer can see the brooch. And our heroes are moving forward with their small companion, who Shadow Nemesis said they would steal a really cool body for, while also saying the doll's magical needle was his and putting it in his bag of holding. At long last, it's time for us to return to Ravenloft.
Oh, no.
You are all journeying forwards, north, in your carriage. Adam, are you covering the brooch? Are you just letting everybody be number stupid and hoping it's not coming up? How does travel work with this helmet now?
I think since learning, I have Dr. Deputy kind of just like clinging to it. So it's like constantly covered.
Okay, so the Dr. Deputy is laying on your helm, just leaning forwards with like upper body covering the brooch.
Yeah, like spread eagle, just like, and just like, you ever see it where somebody like is wearing like a Velcro suit and they kind of jump on like a Velcro wall? It's kind of like that.
I don't know why I didn't keep
doll
the Dr.
man.
Deputy stats open. I really should have. That's the thing I got to remember is key member of the party, all roles will come back to Dr. Deputy.
Yeah.
He's the most accomplished.
That's a nat 20. The Dr. Deputy is born to live on your helm. So you have a doll in a maid's costume perfectly covering the brooch for the rest of this travel. Yes. Now, as this party moves forward, you're traveling through the woods. You have a number of hours. This is one of the challenges of taking a carriage into woods. It can be challenging when there are not specifically carved out routes. But Dell, you've lost a finger that is in possession of the team in this vehicle. Is there anything anyone would want to do about this severed limb now that you've had more time to deal with this?
I think I picked it up last. Did I give that to you?
No, I told you to keep it.
Yeah, she did not want it.
I would. I think while we're traveling here, I would bring up the option of, maybe New Rogue has some kind of healing ability that we can just kind of pop that back on for you or something. I don't know. Does that sound like something you can do, New Rogue, or?
I want to say yes, but that is outside my abilities right now. I mean, I can make it a better looking stump, but I don't think I can actually reattach anything in my current spell casting abilities.
What does better looking stump mean?
I mean, I could heal you again, and so maybe there's an extra layer of skin, I would hope, however cells work.
Does anyone have a bottle or a jar? Anyone?
I mean, what if we we kind of cut the stump and then kind of cut the finger and then we kind of, ram them together and then you can cast a healing spell.
Fuse it.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah. So if we make the stump bleed and we make the finger bleed, the blood is the glue. Yeah. And then I bingo bango, I heal it. Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
And if we have a toothpick or something, we can kind of jam that in and kind of just, together.
Sure. I'm just concerned about a toothpick then becoming, lodged inside of her bone and flesh.
That comes out though, right? It's
not if it's in the bone.
The body heals itself. Not in the bone. That's just weird. It's on top of the bone. Or you get several.
Del, this is a rare circumstance where you've had to disagree with plans for some time. Mm-hmm. I don't know, but I just want to remind you that you are free to give an opinion either way.
I'm just also, horrified about all of this.
3 feet of each other. You're inside a carriage.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go in my pocket and get one of the last things that I have from back in the real world, which is part of my magician's kit. I have the disappearing egg that you stack them and the egg disappears.
Yep.
So I'm just and I take the egg out and then I'm I guess you can put my finger in this and then I can make it look like it disappeared.
I
don't have a jar. I don't want to cut my hand again either. So.
All I'm saying with the jar is I've got this alchemy jug here, and one of the things I can produce is vinegar, and so we can preserve it, pickle it, kind of. You could have a pickle finger for later. I don't know if I'm helping. I'm sorry. I thought it, and now I'm saying it out loud, and it sounds horrifying.
Del, I guess the question... Well,
I can't make glue.
No?
Del, I guess the question is...
It's fine.
Do you want this finger back on, or do you want us to try to do it?
I admit, I'm glad that taking the ring off even worked. I'm worried that some weird freaky magic will just happen and make it worse. At this point, I think I just want gloves, but we'll have to work on finding that.
I hear you on that one, sister.
Yeah, I'm not giving you bro nucks. I thought about it for a second and then I was...
Yeah, it would hurt.
Yeah.
It would hurt. Yeah. Okay, well, I mean, I guess, put a pin in it and, we just hold on.
It's not bleeding now.
Yeah. I like the pickle brine idea. Let's pickle this finger.
Sure.
But can you unpickle a finger? Because I've had pickles before, and it's not you take it out, it turns back into whatever the hell a pickle is.
That's a cucumber.
What?
Pickles are cucumbers.
Really?
Yeah. Huh. A pickle is a cucumber that's been pickled.
Well, why don't they just call them pickled cucumbers?
I don't know. Because I think it's so much the standard that it gets its own name.
You've given me a lot to think about.
All right.
So we know this has been a while, so there's been conversational time and some ride time. Tyler, are you summoning vinegar to pickle the finger? Is that what the group has agreed upon? Or Del, perhaps? If she doesn't like it, she can make the finger disappear.
Yeah. If we have a container to put the finger and some vinegar in, yes, I'm going to declare vinegar to the alchemy jug and begin to do a cursory pour to see if the right liquid comes out.
Great. Can you roll me a d6?
D6.
To be clear, not a spooky success or fearful failure. This is alchemy jug d6.
This is an alchemy jug related. That's a 6.
That's a 6. You get vinegar.
All right.
Yeah. That smells like vinegar.
Okay.
And there's your finger. Just plop it in there, and There you go. Little disappearing pickle finger.
Sure. I don't
Elle,
know.
can you roll me a wisdom save?
Sure. 13.
13. You want to make the egg disappear and do the magic trick to get this out of there, but spiritually you just can't quite get past that. You know you have a severed finger pickling inside your magical egg.
Great. Here, Adam, you could just put this in your bag. I think we're done. We're good. We're good now.
All right. So is this? So I put a pickled finger in. Is it in the jar?
It's
the magic jar.
It's in the magic disappearing egg trick.
Oh, the egg. Oh, okay. All right. I got excited.
All right. So
Disappointed.
He's sad, but he claims the item. As this carriage rolls forward, there is time for all of you to think and have moments of introspection. Tyler, you have summoned Ivan the Bat previously as your familiar. With this travel time, would you want to summon Ivan again? I wanted to give you the opportunity.
Yes, I would. Yeah, I would do that as a ritual, meaning it'll take an hour and 10 minutes to summon him, but it won't consume a spell slot. But yeah, I'll bring him back in bat form, I think. I think that's convenient.
Great. An hour and 10 minutes later, your familiar appears. Oh, hey, man. I'm glad to be back. Like, what can I do for you?
Hey, just kind of wanted to have you out and about and ready to go in case anything goes on. Probably need to be caught up on a little bit unless you're like omnipotent. I don't know what happens to you when you're not here.
Oh, man, I don't know either. I just like do stuff and then like I'm here.
Oh, okay. We met like a kind of creepy but like oddly sexual devil man. Just I think it was just the confidence. He was really confident.
Oh yeah, confidence is attractive.
Yeah. He seems like he's the Dark Lord of this realm, but we didn't get a name or anything like that. You don't know anything about this realm, do you?
Oh no, man! I'm just here for you. So, like, quick question: as I'm fluttering around inside this very small box, can I like hang out on your shoulder? Or do you want me like on the floor? Or like?
No, you can like sit on my shoulder, my head, whatever. I got these two horns here. If you want that for like a thing to brace onto, whatever.
Oh, that's cool. I'll do that.
Yeah.
And he just flies with his constellation wings and just wraps around your right horn. So there is a weird symmetry to the carriage now, especially for you, Del, and New Rogue, as you look over and just see a bat with constellation wings wrapped around one of Tyler's horns and a doll clinging to Shadow Nemesis's helmet, covering the brooch of number numbing.
Aww.
Symmetry, God's design.
Can you all roll me a perception?
Perception.
I rolled a nat 20.
Oh, hell yeah. That's a jack die, although that would have been a nat 20, but let's roll it properly.
It's a 15.
That's a much lower number. Perception is brain 11.
8.
Well, weirdly enough, that's going to pass for everybody. Y'all did great because these creatures are not subtle. You are advancing through the woods and the trees are growing closer together, and Rumpleforeskin is having to do more work to keep this carriage moving forwards. You're not at a full stop, but it's no longer kind of these gently worn paths that you have engaged with. So you are moving forwards and the carriage is slowing and the carriage is slowing and you all look out. Del, you spot this from the furthest bit away and everybody else spots it a little closer to the last second. But you see that there are two nightmarish creatures advancing towards the carriage from either side. There's one on the left and one on the right. Whether it's left or right will depend on, you got two of you facing Rumpleforeskin and two of you facing the back. I'm not doing the math on that. But they are coming from either side. And as you look at it, you see that these are nightmarish creatures. Del, you see the most. You are seeing Frankenstein monster creatures with the body of what appears to be a bear. They've got giant hooked bone-like arms that seem to have come from some kind of sea creature crudely stitched on at the elbows. You're seeing lizard-style legs stitched on at the hips. And the heads are a strange combination of what looks like a fish head with a bird beak stitched onto it. And you can just hear these creatures as they are rushing towards the carriage, just bellowing like just terrible, almost pain meets fury sound cries. All of you see these creatures. Roll me initiative. Del, roll with advantage because you got that 20.
It's just a 12.
Okay.
I rolled the same thing twice.
14.
3.
A dirty 20.
Ooh.
Okay.
Always bodes well when the violent, evil one of our group gets to move first.
Yeah, man. I'm seeing cool monsters. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, man. And then, okay, perfect. Okay, the creatures are sprinting / waddling, but with a terrifying amount of power in their limbs as they power through the foliage towards you. Shadow Nemesis, you were the last to spot these creatures, but the first to react because the power of evil flows through your veins. What do you do?
Oh, I peel off Dr. Deputy from my helmet and I kind of turn him to look out the window. And I'm like, look, buddy, what do you think? Think those could be good bodies?
I think it's spooky as hell.
Yeah. So who do you want to be? You want to be the fish face dude, or who's the other guy?
The other guy is just has a bird head, so it's a full like feathered, almost giant eagle like head.
Okay, so we got bird face and fish
skull,
face.
yeah.
Fish. Okay. All right. So okay. We'll pick one. We got to pick one. Who do you like?
I like the rest of the party seeing the creatures lumbering forwards.
I like the fish. I want to breathe underwater.
All right. Well, what if the other one can fly? Do you think you like the flying one?
Oh, wait, that one can fly? Yeah, give me that one. Let's do it.
Maybe. Okay. How about this? You hang cling onto my back, and then. Oh, I have an idea. Okay, you go into the bag and get the needle, and then cling onto my back without poking me, and we'll go get your bird med.
Okay, so I go into the bag and I get the needle, and then I come back, and then we'll go get the fish man so I can swim, or no, bird man so I can fly.
Right. Yeah.
That's
okay.
generally more useful.
Yeah, we're gonna hang back. We're not gonna fight them yet. We're gonna hang back so you can get this stuff, and then we'll engage.
Adam, question: if you could you keep your head faced away from us, because I feel like Dr. Deputy is the only thing saving us from the number dumbness.
Oh well, as long as we don't do math, it will be okay.
None of you know what math is.
Yeah.
What's that?
Okay, I cover my head. I cover my head. I'm just like, all right, everybody get out there. I'll be right there. Okay.
Are you holding your actions until the Dr. Deputy is back with the needle? Is that the plan?
I will hold my yes. That's the term.
Great. Weirdly enough, the Dr. Deputy rolled a nat 20 and is back with the needle.
Yes. Yes. He is unstoppable. Okay, great.
He was on fire.
Yes, great job. Okay, let's go get you a bird man, and I want to get my axe out, and I'll say all right, hang back a bit, and I'll call you forward because I saw you run really fast that one time, so I know you can get to me quickly.
Okay, I'll stay in here. You go get him.
Yeah, hide behind the wheels or something.
What?
Of the cart. Yep.
And he just climbs out of the cart into the combat zone a little bit confused, but he does it. So, what are you doing, Shadow Nemesis?
Oh, so they got us flanked, right? They're each.
Yeah, they're a lot closer now than they were before this conversation.
They're currently stabbing you.
They're about to smash into either side of the carriage.
Well, I'm gonna say my famous catchphrase. I'm gonna say "getting mad now," and I'm gonna grow, and my eyes will like a red electricity, and my body will pop into place, and I'll grow 5 feet, and I'll go
You're getting out of the carriage, right? We're not mushed up against the window.
He started in there, and now we're at an interesting point of getting mad now.
I thought I jumped out. No? Oh.
You didn't say that, and the wisps are already swirling up around you. I need you to roll me a D6.
I should have kept my mouth shut.
Oh, this is happening no matter what.
It was Tyler's fault all along.
This one is Tyler's fault.
Yep. So you say getting mad. What? Getting mad now? And you throw 5 feet, and simultaneously you break the top and bottom of the carriage, which breaks into 2 pieces.
Now, wait a minute. I have something on this here sheet that may help.
Is it wagon sense?
Can I read it? Okay. Giant stature. You reach 5 feet. If there isn't enough room for you to increase your size doesn't change.
Well, here's the thing. There was enough room because the carriage wasn't very strong. So carriage goes bust. You're big now.
I tried.
What do you want to do as you see the front of the carriage slide 15 feet in front of you as it's suddenly lighter for Rumple Foreskin, and the back of the carriage just slumps down and parks where it is?
I think we need to decide who's sitting where at this point.
That's reasonable. I think in terms of logic,
we talked about symmetry, so Adam and I are sitting together beside each other.
Symmetry, yeah, I guess, if they were looking at you, you'd be on opposite sides and opposite corners, so that if you were New Rogue and Del were looking at you, that would be it. So the question would be, Del, you got into the carriage, I think, last with the finger business going on. So New Rogue, would you sit facing forwards in the carriage or facing back?
I'd be facing looking forward.
Yep, that makes sense. You know where north is, so you'd be the person who could eye the path. And then I think in terms of who people would willingly sit with, I don't think an injured Del would sit down next to Shadow Nemesis. So I'm going to say Tyler would take that bullet, which would mean Del and Shadow Nemesis are falling out of the front of the carriage because you'd be sitting facing backwards. So you're 15 feet ahead, and 15 feet back, New Rogue and Tyler, you are kind of falling, like stepping down onto the earth out of this carriage. Shadow Nemesis, you got out of the carriage.
I'm out of the carriage.
What do you do?
So people have tumbled out, I assume.
That is a fair assumption.
Okay. I guess I just don't clock that I've broken the carriage because I go into a frenzy to get big. Mm-hmm. So I say shopping spree, and I pick up the back end of the cart, and I want to chuck it at the bird monster.
Okay, so you are moving 15 feet to grab the other end of the cart because you were in the front, and you're picking that up. This is fine. This is still legal. You got 15 feet of movement to pick that up and throw it at the bird one you want to capture.
Yeah. Great.
Can you roll me in acrobatics just to make sure you can do all of these elaborate things?
Acrobatics. Well, that's a +1. All right, hold on. Oh, danger sense doesn't do anything, huh? Can be like, I gotta throw it.
You sense the mist swirling up from enhancing this moment. Can you roll me a d6?
Oh, my big mouth. All right. 2.
You do.
I have a pitch.
Oh, I would love
to
throw
my back out or like
what? Guy and I are still in that section of the carriage when he picks it up.
What I love is you and I have a mind that is in touch, Tyler. So, Shadow Nemesis, you dash forwards, not realizing you've broken the carriage to the other side. And before your friends can tumble out, you pick up the back half of the carriage and turn and throw it at the bird monster. Can you roll me a ranged attack?
Okay, that's even better because it's full of people. So that's like, that's not just a cart. It's like
that's a good point. It'll do more damage to everyone involved.
Yeah, it'll do secret damage. All right.
A secret to us.
Wait, projectile. How do I do that again?
Just roll whatever you would for your axe. I feel like this is just you using your strength to brutally do something.
Ooh, and it's a two-handed, right?
It is a two-handed throw. I think we can all agree.
Right. Okay. Battle axe. So D20 plus 4. That's a 9.
You pick up this back half of a carriage with your friends inside of it. Tyler and New Rogue, is there anything you say as you're picked up as this carriage breaks in half and 2 seconds later you are raised over the head of your now gigantic quote unquote friend?
I feel like it's just like
What? Wait, no, stop. What is? And then
Shopping.
Yeah, it's like, hey.
And you are thrown, and the back half of the carriage soars past the monster that it was thrown at and slams directly into a tree, splintering into pieces. Adam, can you roll me the damage for a critical hit?
Oh, so what's that? Like I rolled twice?
Yeah.
Oh, 1d10 plus 2. So
Right.
that
So you'll roll 2d10 and it'll be plus 2.
2d10. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay. Let me find it. Is this the d10? Yes, it is. Okay. 2d10. That is a total of 6.
So 6, including the plus 2, or
So I rolled 2 2s and then plus 2.
all right. Tyler and New Rogue, you both take 6 points of damage as you slam into a tree inside a splintered carriage.
Question: when we were in the carriage, how long were we in there for? Was it enough that it was like
you had already had your full long rest, and then you had fallen out of it for two, I think 2 damage when you just walked out of a moving carriage being emotional about not wanting to be here anymore.
Right. Oh, but I did heal. Actually, I think I did actually like heal because when I cast the spell, it healed all of us. So I healed myself.
Okay, then yes,
finger.
you're starting
yeah,
fresh.
That's right. Yeah.
So there you go. You got to tell in future. We got to be really clear about what healing spell you're casting, whether it's
That's
prayer of
right.
healing or cure wounds, because this is a very different impact for the group.
Definitely.
But you're good. However, you still take 6 damage and fall out of an explosive carriage as you are both prone behind a monster that is now turning to face you with all the advantage in the world. And it's time for a quick commercial break.
Geez.
Tyler, as you bounce off the tree, we do need to find out what is happening to Ivan, your familiar. So Ivan gets his own initiative, correct?
Yes. I rolled a 19 for his initiative.
Oh, great. Okay. And what do you have a dex stat for him, or he just has the traditional stats at the end? Yeah. What is his dex?
Plus 2.
With a 19 on the dex save, I am going to say that your time in the air, Ivan has the ability to escape this overall fall. Yep, just bails out and soars off in that last second. So Ivan is still around, floating in the air. Technically, it's Ivan's initiative. What's Ivan do?
Ivan is going to... Jeez. I want to make sure I've got this right. Good. This is touch. Okay, cool. Ivan is going to... Ivan's such a chill dude who's like super helpful. Like you can just tell from his voice, like he's down for whatever. So he's going to fly over to Dell. And he'll just be kind of like fluttering and flying around her. And just a heads up, any spell with a range of touch that I can cast, I can actually cast through my familiar as like a conduit. So Ivan can, in my plan is basically, I can cast magic weapon on Dell so that she gets a +1 to her. I can't even remember what it's called.
The reality blade.
The reality
blade. Thank you. Yeah. Her stylus.
Excellent. So the next person in initiative order is you anyways, Tyler. So this is perfectly timed.
Great. I get up.
Swoops over. You are where you are, but before you can get up, you actually feel the mist coiling around your hand. As you look down, you see your massive sword is next to you. And it is now inlaid with copper and bronze and silver and other metals filling up the ritual elements within it. You can see that the teeth are sharper and banded more in place around its edges. It is now, because of a gift from the Watchers in the Mist, a +1 weapon.
Ooh. Well, thank you, Watchers. Oh my goodness. I'll just do a quick little adjustment there. Thank you very much. Well, I don't have time to marvel at this development. I get up and like do that like back cracking thing of like you put your hands down like the small of your back and have to like arch and do like the old man grunt of like, ugh, because that really fucking sucks getting thrown in a tree. And seeing these monsters, I mean, kind of a lot's happened in a very short amount of time. what's going on with them? There's two of them?
There are two of them. So they were coming from either side of the carriage. So you were thrown towards the bird one, which I will say is
one of them.
Theoretically, from facing north, it would be eastwards. You and New Rogue were both prone. You're climbing to your feet, almost you are in engagement range as it turns around to face you with the carriage having soared past. Dell is still at the front half of the carriage, just 15 feet forward from where you were. It was 10 feet to the east of where you were. And then I'd say another 30 feet away from where you stand is the fish-faced, like, stitch monster that is advancing. Adam is standing right where you originally were, so he's about 10 feet away.
Okay. Then I stoop down and pick up my newly enchanted blade, and I go to my trauma place. The alley walls kind of rise up out of the ground in my mind space, and the trash fills in, and all I see are two hideous homunculi Tyler Hecklins, just multiple Tyler Hecklins fused together, being like, "You're not shit, you fucking suck." And I take my Blade Song stance, but as my action, I will cast Magic Weapon through Ivan to give Dell a boost on her turn. Just up to an hour, just going forward. That's not like...
Whoa.
Yeah.
And what is the effect that it has on the weapon?
You touch a non-magical weapon. Until the spell ends, that weapon becomes a magic weapon with a +1 bonus to attack rolls and damage rolls. So it's the same thing that I just got from the Mists.
Great. Can you roll me an Arcana?
Yeah. 14 plus 19 total.
Great. As you cast the spell, you feel Ivan swoops down and wraps around the hilt of the blade to allow the magic to pass through. And because of your high Arcana roll, you can actually feel the magic be cast, but not sink into the weapon. And you realize as this happens for you for future, the reality blade is already a magical weapon.
Oh, that makes sense. That's not how normal stuff works. Okay. Yep. Fair enough. I was thinking more about the stats than magical. I was like, no, that's pretty fucking magical. You know,
it's
like 1 second, I'm like, no, that checks out.
And mechanically, it's already a +1 weapon. So it makes sense on all fronts. But the important thing with the Arcana roll is that you know that moving forwards, because there was a very good chance that you would not have known that and you would have continued to cast and just have it have the effect you wanted.
Why is this not working? I have to keep trying. I'll just dedicate all of my turns to casting this spell.
But you do cast that spell, which leads us to Dell.
Yeah.
Ivan the Bat is just got his wings wrapped around the hilt of the reality blade, around your hand that's holding it. I'm imagining that is in your hand with all of the fingers. I just want to confirm what hand you're using.
Yes. Right-handed is the drawing hand, so we're okay. So that's why it's not as pressing to lose a finger from the other hand.
Okay, you are standing 15 feet from where Shadow Nemesis is currently standing. From where you are looking to the east, which would be your left, is the bird-faced Stitch monster, and you've got a busted half of a carriage. New Rogue is prone. Tyler has risen to his feet, and his familiar is interacting with you. And then to your right, about 20 feet away, would be the fish-faced monster that is creeping forwards.
Yeah, I want to run, since I'm seeing both of these monsters kind of coming forward, and I think there was a Adam, and then Shadow Nemesis as I watched all of this happen. And then thankfully Tyler stood up. So that was my first concern, like, are they dead? But Tyler got up. So I think I'm running to the middle of where both of the monsters are. So I have sight on both of the monsters.
Okay.
And I run into the middle and I take out the reality blade and I'm like, oh, yeah, no. Oh, cute bat, hang out with the hair, Ivan. And I put out the reality blade and I spin in a circle and use the reality blade to draw into the life some of the ghosts. So basically, like, it spans out in a 30-foot circle that suddenly ghostly arms and hands start showing up.
What?
And I cast Bane. And it's within 30 feet. As long as I'm in 30 feet, I can cast it on up to 3 creatures. So I cast it on the 2 monsters. And basically ghost hands and limbs just start grabbing onto the creatures.
I think that works. You might have to take a couple steps forward. But what does Bane do?
They have to make charisma saving throws. And hopefully they fail.
They're so charming, Del.
So charming. It's a 13.
That's an 8. And that is a 13. So
Dang.
the bird face fails and fish face passes. So what happens?
So the fish face is not affected by the ghosts, but the other one is whenever the target makes an attack roll or saving throw, it has to roll a d4 and subtract the number rolled from the attack roll or saving throw.
Oh, wow.
And
All
it's
right.
concentration and it's up 2 minutes. So it just gets crappier at attack rolls and saving throws.
Great. So you slow this creature with the nightmares of the past just as it turns to attack Tyler as the central focus of the exploding carriage and the only one on his feet.
Yeah.
It
And can I also I'm just going to also do a bonus action since I summoned ghosts.
Oh, yep.
And I'm just going to tell myself a ghost story. It's basically like it's made the ghosts start to appear and then they're going to tell me a story.
Let's find out what the story is.
Love it.
Story. Interesting. Okay, so it's like I'm like, ooh, good stories, and it's like this is not a very good story. This is like, I'm assuming it's Werner again, with telling me the tale of the clever animal, and it's like about an animal that's really good at apparently intelligence, wisdom, and charisma saves. I'm like, that doesn't really. That's not. That's
Yeah, I
not
know
the
this may
context
not be
of
what you're looking for, but sometimes it's what I have. So we're in the woods. It turns out there was this squirrel named the squirrel equivalent of Tony. And Tony was like a playboy. He was the quickest one in squirrel school. And he had this one chitter chitter sound that he made. And when you make it, it'll be super charming no matter who it is. So just know there's this chitter chitter. And you feel the squirrel sound in your head the same way that you knew the pose of the duelist that you had done previously. So you know when you make a squirrel sound, this will go into action and you will have access to what it gives you.
Yeah, I'm like, come on, ghosts.
Try to get somewhere more populated. They don't even have bodies buried here.
All right.
There's no bodies in range.
Okay, I'm done.
Yep.
Done with Werner.
I don't know why this is my problem. I'm just trying to be a mayor.
He says, like disappearing again.
I'm going to go be Bane Hens.
And he goes over to like pull on some of the feathers on the bird monster. So it is going to attack. It's got 2 hook attacks. Tyler, what's your AC right now? Because I know it goes up when you're blade singing.
Yes, blade singing, and thanks to I've renamed the item to thanks to the billowing cloak of protective convenience and my blade singing. My AC currently is 20.
Yeah,
That's good enough.
You are officially like a badass, anime character in terms of.
Jeez.
Okay, the first attack, you said your AC is 20?
Yeah.
The first attack was a 19, so barely a miss, but a miss.
Okay.
And the second one will hit, so you will take.
Minus D4 from it?
Oh no, I've got a minus a D4. Good point, though. Sorry, I'm not used to it.
Oh wow!
And that is a definite enough to minus. So the ghostly hands.
Oh, thank you.
You just see Werner yank a feather as the second strike carves towards you, Tyler, and it misses and stabs into the ground, and the creature just goes. And it's furious. Meanwhile, the other monster, Fishface, who has been untouched in this combat, charges towards the largest threat, which is the giant that hurled parts of a carriage into the woods. Adam, what is your AC right now?
16.
16. All right. It attacks twice. Oh, gosh. The first one is a nat 1.
Yay!
And the second one would normally hit, but the first one was really bad. So the first hook slams down, and you manage to grab it with both hands and hold it in place with your giant strength. And this stitched together monster raises other weapon to smack at your hands, but you yank it forwards, and it smashes through its left arm with its right, and the stitches break, and it loses its entire hooked left arm. So you're now fighting a one-armed opponent.
Wow, good for me. That was great.
Yeah,
Fish face.
What do you think of me now, fish face?
Shadow Nemesis definitely did all of that, which leads us to New Rogue. You are watching your friends battle these stitch monsters. You are currently prone, face down on the dirt in the woods. You are in engagement range of the one hook horror that is engaged with Tyler. and you can see the other one in the distance. What do you do?
I'm within 30 feet though of my party, roughly.
You are directly beside Tyler, and you are about 10 feet away from Shadow Nemesis, and maybe 15. It's one of those weird triangles I'm not going to do the math on.
Then I am going to use Bless, so that I can affect 3 creatures. My friends are creatures. I'm going to use it for them. And basically, you bless up to 3 creatures of your choice within range. Whenever a target makes an attack roll or a saving throw, before the spell ends, the target can roll a d4 and add the number rolled to the attack roll. This only lasts 1 minute though, but I figure since these guys are falling apart pretty well, like just being able to deliver some extra damage could be helpful. So that's what I'm going to try and do. I want to bless these guys.
Great. What does the bless sound like, and what does it look like as it is bestowed upon others? How does it appear?
Well, I'm right on my side. I just have to make some motions, and I'm going to do my regular thing, which is just like clap my hands, rubbing together, and be like, friends, you got this. God believes in you. And basically this green aura, I'm like, and it's like, and I shoot my aura, and it basically leapfrogs on each person. Like one giant beam curves and lays down on Tyler. The other one curves and beams right down on Dell. The other one beams down on Adam. But because Adam's big, it's really just like a tiny spotlight on a really big bulb, which is his head.
Yep. So knowing some of your earliest spells when they came into being, unknowing to you, ended up taking on certain elements of the appearance of Austin Powers.
Oh, yeah.
How does this spell Austin Powers-ify the people you are blessing?
So this one is from the Austin Powers universe, which I still don't really know about.
Well,
right?
You didn't, but then the mists come through and give you a pop culture reference to allow you to perfectly explain this moment.
Okay. This is Dr. Evil now, and it's basically miniature Dr. Evils.
There's a character for that.
They're psycho.
No, we're going with miniature Dr. Evils. We're committed.
Psychomachia on everybody's shoulders, like shoot the frickin' love laser, use the powers to destroy these monsters. Yes, listen to him, do it. I think he's right. You should do it. Yay! And then, so you have these helpful little blessing Dr. Evils, giving you encouragement.
Wow. So you all with blessings of miniature Dr. Evils yelling into your ears in agreement over what you should do. Continue your battle with the hook monsters after this commercial break.
Oh, frick.
You all turn and see Rumple Foreskin getting out of their harness to escape a broken half of a carriage away from the battle, perhaps turning to help. Dell might think, and none of the rest of you are sure that it's positive because it's really hard to read the expressions of a bone horse.
Right.
Only Dell has that level of experience. And we come back to the top of initiative order, which means Dr. Deputy is racing out from underneath a carriage towards the bird-faced Stitch monster and attacking with his magical needle.
Come on, buddy.
That is a 14, and it is one off from the armor.
Is it a
class.
saving throw?
It is not a
it's
saving throw.
okay.
It's just versus AC, and it's plus. Oh wait, no, it'd be. It's a dex weapon. So no, he stabs this needle deep into the foot of this creature, at which point it needs to make a charisma saving throw. We know they're so good at it.
Come on, buddy. Come on, little guy.
And with a nat 20.
3 in a row?
Yep.
Holy shit, dude.
With a nat 20, Birdface just raises a foot and is about to stomp down on Dr. Deputy. The attack roll.
Oh, I thought it was Dr. Deputy's roll again. Shit.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no.
No.
Birdman.
I got so hyped for Dr. Deputy getting 3 tables in a row.
It was the saving throw that was a 20. So Bird is attacking. He has the subtraction from Dell.
Yep.
Oh, yep.
But he still manages to hit, and he will do.
Oh no.
Okay, not ruinous on the scale of damage, but he will do. Well, I mean, it's pretty ruinous. He will do 8 damage to Dr. Deputy, slamming a foot down on the doll, and you all hear wood splinter.
Oh no.
Oh. Shadow Nemesis, you're up next. What do you do?
I hear that, huh? I hear the little like a crack of wood.
I got him, and then you hear, oh fuck, and then just a smash of the foot hitting the ground.
Oh, I get super angry, and my eyes they crackle red electricity again, but then it turns to like black electricity, and I cry black tears, and I'm like, nobody hurts my beautiful evil baby, and I want to run at the guy and just 2-hand axe just slice that Birdman in half.
Okay, you will take an attack of opportunity from the monster that is currently fighting you if you want to turn and fight the other one.
Oh, right. There's a fish man. Oh, I forgot about him. All right. So I was so focused on him. All right. Okay. Never mind. That's just a fantasy I had. So I'll be like,
so anyone can attack your son if there's a fish man close to you.
I'll be like, I'm coming, buddy. And I want to see if I can just dispatch this fish man quickly.
That makes a lot of sense. Make your attack. Yeah.
All right. So 2-handed attack with the axe. All right.
Guy, does this get the D4 to add to the hit, or is it for
yeah? You're able to.
Oh, do I get like +4?
You roll a D4 and you can add that from your blessing. What are the Dr. Evils telling him, new rogue, that are fueling this moment?
Just use all of your anger and just frickin' hit the shit out of this thing right now. And the other one is a smaller one is like, yes, use your anger. I don't know how. Yeah.
Just keeps yelling.
Mini-Me doesn't talk.
Not really, no.
I know.
The other one's just like,
I talk here.
The other one's just nodding and just.
I mean, you have a limited what you learned in some cases from a puppet show version of things. Mini-Me can talk in your version of the Austin Powers universe.
Okay, and it's like, yes, do it. That's all it comes to. A shadow of Dr. Evil.
Okay, so to be clear on the roll, I add 4, and then I roll a D4.
And you add that number as well, yes.
Okay, so then so far total 15. Roll a D4 makes it, fingers grab it, makes it 17.
17, that will hit. Roll your damage.
Oh, okay. And so that's 1d10 plus 2. Okay. Remember which one's the D10. Is this it? Okay, the 0, right. That is 5.
Okay. You hack the axe deep into the Stitch monster in front of you. It's still standing, but it looks like it's on its last legs as it's just breathing hard. Standing there.
Okay. You know what? For like a bonus action, I kind of want to yell at Dr. Deputy and be like, you know what? Never mind. Don't go after these people. They like this guy is falling apart. I don't think they're really good. We don't want these bodies. You don't want this one. Trust me.
And you can it's like clearly under a foot pressed into the earth as we cut over to him.
All right, buddy.
All right, buddy.
Tyler, you were standing opposite the monster that is fighting you, which is shockingly fresh. The Dr. Deputy is pinned under a foot. The ghosts are yanking at it. Next to you, New Rogue is still on the ground, just yelling prayers.
I love you, everybody.
Yeah. What do you do?
I very briefly think to myself, like, a lot of us are like helping each other out and supporting each other and stuff like that. But I think what needs to happen is we need to go on the offensive and put these guys down. So I'm just going to take advantage of all the benefits that my friends have given me and just take a huge fucking swing at this guy in front of me.
Great, let's roll it.
So now it's a +5 to hit. Thank you once again, Watchers in the Mist.
Sweet.
So that's a 13 plus 5, 18 to hit.
That will hit.
Okay, so that's 2d6 plus 3. Whoa, that's not bad. So that's 9 plus 3 for 12 damage.
Wow. 12 damage. And that's including your new +1 totals, just to make sure?
Yes, that's correct. Yeah.
Beautiful. You do 12 damage. You strike a solid blow with one swing of your massive, now gently enchanted sword, hammering the teeth and its magical stone meets metal frame into the body. You can see that it also is now struggling to stand. Just but it's still raising both hook hands as ghosts yank at it to try to attack.
Okay.
Del.
Yeah.
Oh, did you want to do
just a little flavor thing of like, they're almost dead. We can finish them. Come on.
Del, you stand in the midst of this. You're a few feet away from where Adam has almost finished his Stitch monster. And looking over you can see Tyler has dealt a horrific blow to his. What do? You have Dr. Evils on either shoulder.
I do. All right. I guess with the Doctor's Evils, I am going to my back and pulling out the cool bow, and I'm aiming at the fish monster, and I'm gonna try to shoot over that way.
Great.
Where Adam is fighting.
Dr. Evils, what advice do you give to Del in this moment?
Perhaps this is a good time to try and ask for him to provide some money. I'm thinking 1 million pieces of gold. Right. This is all I have for reference.
Oh boy, all righty.
And that helps you somehow. I think it's because your natural state of being the most focused is when you're actively ignoring either Guy or Adam doing a bit that you don't care for in rehearsal when you're trying to make notes on blocking. So this helps you tune out everything around you and focus just on your bow shot.
Yeah, I'm going into my producer tunnel. I'm like going, just I don't hear anything else.
And what really cool thing does the bow yell as you fire it?
I'm picking up the bow and firing, and it's like effervescent sky. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. I guess it's cool.
I like it.
I rolled a 16.
A 16.
Oh, wait, that's 16 plus. I actually have. There's an attack bonus. It's not just.
Correct.
So I roll a 16, and that's plus 5. So I guess that's 21.
And roll a d4.
Wow.
That's with the d4. I rolled them at the same time.
Okay, yeah. You've got that. You definitely hit. Roll your damage.
All right.
Man. Make that sky effervescent with his blood.
And it's 6 damage altogether.
6 damage. You do 6 more damage, and the Stitch monster falls to pieces as it's hammered by the undeniable coolness of an effervescent sky. Can you roll me a perception check?
Yes. It's 13.
13. Can you add a blessed as well? Did you?
Oh, I didn't.
I might just be a tax and saving. Do it anyways. It feels like it should be blessed. You're in producer mode.
Oh. Plus 4. 17?
Yep, that'll do it. You strike down this first Stitch monster, and you're feeling positive because you and the rest of Wet Change all know that this second monster is seconds from falling. However, you, in producer mode, you always know you've got to keep track of the full environment in case there's something the actors are going to pick up and break that could be expensive.
Yeah.
You look around, even though these are the woods, and that's the point when you realize that there are 10 more Stitch monsters closing in from all directions. It's not just these two. These two were just the first to get here.
That's the end of this episode, listener, but next week you could become a watcher and affect the Jesters' adventures by joining our Twitch stream, which happens every Wednesday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. That's Toronto time. If you join our Twitch chat, you can give the cast magical items, name NPCs, and decide the events that shape Ravenloft. So, catch up on the story, follow Dum Dum Dice on Twitch, and join our weekly stream right away. Jesters of Ravenloft features the voices of players Tyler Hewitt, Del Borovic, Guy Bradford, and Adam McNamara, alongside Dungeon Master Ryan LaPlante. This episode was edited and mixed by Laura Hamstra, and Jesters of Ravenloft's artwork was created by Del Borovic at delborovic.com. That's DELBOROVIC. Our theme song is Dark Mysterious Halloween Night by Sound Gallery by Dimitri Taras. And our ad breaks use the tracks No Control and Chiefs by Jazzar, Jahzzar, whose music is available at freemusicarchive.org. For all things Dum-Dums and Dice, including merchandise and how to join our Patreon, you can visit dumdumdice.com or find us on social media at dumdumdice. That's DUMBDICE. Now get out of here before the mist gets you too!
Dum-Dums and Dice has to give a special thank you to the supreme beings of our Patreon at this time: Christopher Little, George Dolby, Richard Cranium, Gavin and Abby McDonald, Logan, Fire Unfriendly, Grandma Likes D&D, Alan, Stabby Stranger, Glitch Trick, Flynn1138, Alarain Okapi, Schrodinger's Pepper, Guy Edwards, Madre de Gatos, Lady Maiden, Garbo Ape, Locke, Sam Schaefer, Waffle Marine, Dagger Rain, Rob L, Dia de los Hoodless, Squishy Werewolf, Remy Funky Head, Nomad, the Wise Paladin of the Badlands, Accent Therapeutic Services in Florence, Kentucky, Lael, Shulzari, Gus Schreider, The Long Family, Jordan Oliver, Richard Wright, Brittany Fenwick, and Jill and Noel LaPlante. If you want your name to be added to this list, you can join our Patreon too at patreon.com/dumdumdice. Thanks to them, and a little bit of thanks to you.